Hi, this is the Real Estate Legacy. This is Cliff Bella. I am a real estate agent and investor. The episode today is about preparing for permits. So you've got this house, you want to build a JADU, and so I want to walk you through what you did, some of the things I'm doing for this property, and hopefully this will help you in anything you might want to consider. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is how you prepare the house for the JADU. So you're going to kind of create separation so that the house can be on its own and the JADU can do that. So there's a preliminary things even before you get the permits and actually start the work. Then I'll do actually a video walkthrough of the garage that I had before construction, pointing out various things and some of those decisions I've had to make to build out the garage. I'll walk through that next, and then the last thing is I'll show you the design that I've sort of drafted out. Not fully final and definitely not approved yet, but it's getting prepared for the eventuality of permits being done. So without further ado, let's talk about the things I'm doing to prepare the house. So here's the work that I'm doing to prepare the house for the junior ADU. And that is, so I'm making adjustments to the kitchen, and part of this is the house that I bought needs some improvements, but I'm going to cut off the garage door that goes into the garage, so there's a pure separation, so that it's fully separate. So I needed to do that even before they get the permits approved. So I'm installing the washer and dryer that normally you put in the garage. I'm putting it actually where the door into the garage would be. I have a stackable unit that I'll be putting in there. And so again, I'm preparing the house so it can be standalone without the need of a garage. So then I'm updating the kitchen in preparation for the rental. It's got countertops from the 1950s, so I'm putting in newer countertops and cabinets. I'm installing a range and a microwave above it with a vent that goes all the way out. That's getting done, and then I'm adjusting the location of the refrigerator because I want to maximize the number of cabinets and countertop space. So it's going to be a really nice updated kitchen, and so I'm getting that again already. So again, I'm doing prep work for getting the JADU, but also getting the house ready to be a standalone rental. Then I'm going to do some other minor things, tweaks here and there. I'll do the paint touch-up throughout the place. There's actually a few things that need to get done there. And then I've got a minor update in the primary bathroom. Simple things. I want to replace the cabinet, and there's really no towel rack or toilet paper holder, so get those installed. Again, those are relatively minor, but I'm kind of looking at all the things I need to do to get the house ready to rent, and also at the same time be ready for the permit. Here's a view of the garage where I'll be putting the ADU in. A couple things to point out is you can see the power over in the corner there. I'll separate out a separate box, and I'll probably point that to the outside. I'll be taking the walls off to put in insulation and probably changing the window shapes and so forth. But the other thing is you can see the roof line goes up. That's probably better where you can see it against the current cabinets. I'll probably take those cabinets are going to come out because that's right there where the kitchen is. One of the things you can see there is where the washer dryer will go as well. You can see that there's a sink, and what that does is it helps us sort of see where the water is and so forth, and also where the drain would go down to the sewer. These steps will be gone because this door will be gone. The other thing was kind of a fun discovery, which made it almost 400 square feet, is there's this hot water tank, and we're going to switch that into a tankless water heater, and then I'll be able to mount it actually on the wall outside, and so it will take a little less space, and that frees up this whole section here, another 8 feet by 3 feet deep. It's currently storage, but this is actually where the bathroom is going to go. So you've got basically the bathroom here. There's the main entrance into it. That'll obviously be a much nicer door. We're even going to put a window up above. And again, this will be over here where the kitchen will go, and the living room will be heading down that way. And then right in the middle is where to the left is going to be where the bedroom is, and I'll put some windows at the end there, and probably one over on the side. Sort of kind of laying it out, but this is what I wanted to talk about. You sort of look at things, you want to see where the electrical is, you want to see where the water is, see anything you can move. Luckily, there's no furnace here. There's only the water heater, and that can be moved pretty quickly outside. So you've got to a full separation of the units. You don't have to like figure out how to rewrite the furnace, reroute the furnace and all the ductwork for the house, since it's not in the garage. Well, I hope you enjoyed that walkthrough of the garage. Nothing exciting about a garage in and of itself, but it'll be it'll be a really enjoyable structure. So here's some of the decisions that I sort of highlighted in the video, but again, things you need to think about. So will the bathroom have a tub shower combination? How big will the bathroom be? In my case, I'm choosing to put a shower, mostly because that's what I like, and I think those the actual width of the bathroom is not quite wide enough for a full 5-foot tub with the wall as well. So anyway, again, that's sort of called my hand to put the shower in, but that's one thing. If you're putting in a bathroom, you need to have at least 5 foot inside in order to put a shower tub combination. And you noticed in the video I pointed out where the water and the sewer connections were. And again, everything makes sense. Everything's kind of against the house, so that's where you end up putting kind of with a bathroom, and do that with the least expense. I mean, you can run water under the raised floor and things like that, but the more you can keep that to where the already existing water in drainage is, that's going to be great. Again, you have to decide where the bathroom's going to go. You want to create the maximum amount of storage, and then I just showed you but you need to consider the plan to separate the house from the garage. So those are the things that I think you need to work on. There's probably some other additional things, but that's kind of things you need to think about as you're planning to put your permits in and all that stuff. And now, before the next slide, I'm actually going to show you the draft, what we've got as far as the layout. Okay, here's a bit of an eye chart. If you want to actually zoom in on it, you stop the video here and take a zoom in on the design. But what you can see in the upper right is the bathroom. The toilet is to the left. The middle is the sink. So as you walk in with the pocket door, you see the sink and the mirror behind the vanity behind it. And to the right is the shower. It's a 48 by 36 inch shower pan, and then with a wall around it there. And then you can see, you come walking in, and the first thing you see is there's closet space, and there's the dining tables, and to the left is the kitchen along the wall. Again, we're taking all the water is coming from the house. We're separating it off because we're going to put in a new tankless water heater on the outside, so I'll separate some of the water out, but the pipes are already there, so it's just a minor realignment of which unit they connect to. It's part of the separation that I'll be doing. And then you can see the bedroom on the lower right there with the ceiling fan. I've got room for a queen size bed, two nightstands, and then I built in a closet plus a built-in dresser drawer. I figured it'd be easier to do a build-in rather than have people move in and stuff with their stuff. So it's a small space of about 400, a little under 400 square feet, 380 I think it is. And then the last thing is you've got the living room there on kind of parallel with the bedroom, where you can see I have a couch, a chair, and a TV against the wall. So I'm mounting a bracket higher up, so you can actually plug the TV in behind the TV and make some of the cables out of the way. So that's kind of the draft we've got. And again, this is just the draft that I've got for this garage. And depending on your situation and the different setups, I got lucky. There was this sort of cutout area of 8 feet by 3 feet at the top of the garage that was kind of parallel to the kitchen and the main home. So anyway, we were able to take advantage of that. So there you go. That's preparing for permits. This is the information about how to get the house ready. Got the drafts. I'll do the rest of the documents. I'll be walking it by the building permits people just to see if they've got covered most of the things for the various things. There's other drawings I need. I need to show how the walls are going to be done. I need to show the slopes for the water and stuff for the drainage and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. So there you have it. Hope this was helpful. Don't forget to get a like and subscribe. Lastly, I wanted to provide my real estate agent details to recognize that There's my DRE number, and the fact that I'm part of Elizabeth Alcott and Associates, which is part of Guide Properties, and they're linked to Forbes, and I'm also a place agent. So all that information for full disclosure, although this is typically more about what I'm doing with your property than it is about selling real estate, it does let you know that I am a real estate agent, and take that into consideration.